Good morning and welcome to Weekends with Whitney. Coming up on this morning show, the art of glamping. You'll meet one couple who's perfected it, and at the same time, they put a whole new spin on staycation. Before you plan your next vacation, you have to see this. Plus, meet an artist like no other. Mitch Evans takes this and turns it into this. We'll find out how fungus, mushrooms, and Japanese brushstrokes factor into his unique works of art. Then Dr. Nick shares groundbreaking brain research on the recipe for happiness, why our minds struggle to find happiness, and 4 easy steps to find our happy place. But first, some happy campers. Actually, they're glampers. But it's a whole new craze on the vacation world and even staycations. It's a backyard like I've never seen before. Park-like, with trailers, but certainly not like a trailer park. 3 vintage travel trailers outline the backyard, but they're not here just to hit the road. It's mostly to avoid it. Right in their own backyard, here in the Capitol Heights neighborhood, owners Penny Guidry and Dave Mooney go glamping. That's right, glamping. It's glamour plus camping.
Glamping is not your mama's camping. It's not about picnic tables, baskets, and rowboats. It is about stemware, china, and prom dresses. It is.
It's a craze sweeping the country. It's vintage, gone vogue.
They're travel trailers. These round ones like this are called canned ham because they look like a canned ham trailer. And that one, these 2 are the later models, and they're the toaster style.
But whatever the style, they gotta be glam.
Ladies are now taking these old trailers and turning them into their space.
Now, if I were going glamping, which I hope to soon, this is kind of how I would go. You put on a glamorous dress, you get out your china or fine stemware, pull out the old tiara, and then you get to go in Mary Cupcake Moonbus. She'll get us there. And then you get to spend the night in Daisy Jane. And that is glamping. There's absolutely nothing lowbrow or low-key about it. They'd sure know I was coming, wouldn't they? But just as traditional rugged camping isn't for everyone, well, maybe glamping's not either.
Round, round, get around. Now this is my kind of glamping, because this is glamorous to me. Surf's up.
She's right. All glamping doesn't have to be frilly, it just needs to be a bit over the top. Hang with glampers and you'll see their creativity, ingenuity, and individuality shine right through. Daisy Jane is very Penny.
She's a 67 Shasta Compact, and we travel in her, and she's 10 feet inside. So you really have to like each other, especially if it rains. And she's the prissy one. She's the princess. She's pink and girly and gets a lot of attention. Usually when we camp in her, they vote us to be the mayor because we kind of stand out in the crowds of browns.
And Dave's okay with standing out in pink. But when he's glamping at home, he sleeps in this one, their first, the Staycation Inn. It's a 1963 Yellowstone.
But as you see, it's a tight fit, so you probably really need to like whoever you bring in here with you.
It's a little tight.
It's tight.
We spend a lot of time here. We put a lot of work in it, and it's kind of nice to enjoy sharing it with people. And we've gotten to know so many people in the neighborhood because they stop by and say, "What is this place?" Kind of like you did. What is this place?
Neighbors and friends will even have their own staycation here.
It's an overflow for when we have so much company, because a lot of people love to come for Mardi Gras or for our special events that we have in our park, like the music, and we only have 2 bedrooms, so this helps out by putting 2 more people in here.
It's affordable, customized square footage, and they're for more than just sleeping space. Some folks are turning travel trailers into mobile offices, gardening rooms, dressing rooms, art studios, reading sanctuaries, playrooms, and more. At glamping campgrounds now popping up all over, it's not just trailers and Airstreams showing up. People are transforming gypsy caravans, buses, even pickup trucks into glamping gear. But you don't have to have wheels to glamp. A tent will work, but make it incredible. Like these. You don't even have to keep it on the ground anymore. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination. The key is adding your own magic to the mundane. If you can turn trash into treasure, well, even better. Like Penny's new backyard bathroom for her backyard glamping. Nearly everything in here was found on the side of the road and repurposed or refurbished.
And this door was found on the side of the road. I sanded it and it left this beautiful patina of orange, so I couldn't do anything else with it. I just had to have it.
Leave it
as is. Sometimes you just can't improve. These lights came off of our neighbor's house. He had them in a garage sale. The post came off of the rental house that Dave owns. This is an old Singer sewing machine.
Wow, I haven't seen one of those in years.
That we, didn't have the machine, but we put some more of this wonderful beadboard on it, and then I found this sink on the side of the road.
The floor looks fabulous.
Yes, this is an old oak floor out of a tear-down house. Well, I have a friend, Tina, that calls me her foster friend, F-O-S-T-R, found on the side of the road.
Just look at what Penny did with an old mattress on the side of the road.
When the friends and neighbors come and they just need to, and we have them come stay with us just because they want to get away, they come and take a hot bath, light the candles, turn on the music, and play like they're far away.
Wow.
Right here in the middle of Mid-City Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Proof that often our destination doesn't have to be a new place, just a new way of seeing it. If you'd like some more great ideas on glamping in your own backyard or even across the country, Glamping by Mary Jane is a great book. And still to come on Weekends with Whitney. He calls himself the Wood Ninja, and what he does with wood is an art like no other. How Mitch Evans turns old wood into unique treasures. And the art of happiness. New research reveals how all of us can be happier. Dr. Nick shows us how.
In a world filled with TV and video games, children are losing their thirst for learning and adventure. On February 27th, that all changes. Summer camp is back, and Breck is the place to be. Recreation, theater, animals, nature, art. At Breck, adventure is just around the corner. Register for Breck Summer Camp, February 27th at breck.org, and give your child a summer they will never forget.
Maggio, the only way to go. Maggio Buick GMC, your satisfaction's our specialty. We really deliver on Falls River, here in New Roads. Small town atmosphere, legendary service for over 60 years. Maggio, the only way to go. The only way to go, that's Maggio.
Buying or selling a home can be stressful and exhausting, unless you choose me. I'm Regina Roselle with KDK Realty. Don't just trust your largest asset to anyone. Go with success. I've sold hundreds of homes over the last 10 years, and I can get you top dollar for your home, as well as get you the best price on your new one. Email me at buywithregina@gmail.com. I'll do all the work. All you have to do is pack. Let's get moving together.
Welcome back to Weekends with Whitney. Well, when you think of tools that an artist uses, a chainsaw isn't normally one of them, nor is rotting debris or fungi. But for this artist, it is. This chainsaw is an unusual artistic tool, but it's the first step in every piece of art Mitch Evans creates.
The wood hunt starts with a big chainsaw. I just go out there and pretty much anywhere you can possibly imagine where there's an old log that's fallen down. And when I see mushrooms, I get excited.
because mushrooms indicate fungus, and fungus does beautiful things to rotting wood. While unusual, it's his palette of choice.
As much as I would like to think that I could be an artist with a brush and paint, Mother Nature's already provided everything out there, you know, with the wood. The wood basically is the paint. And if you know how to slice it and dice it just, you know, the right way to reveal, you know, some of the true beauty that Mother Nature has already provided, that is, like I say, that is my paint, that is my brush right there.
He'll brush by nearly anywhere to get his art supplies.
It can be on the side of the road, it can be in a wood dump somewhere, it can be a firewood cutter's back lot.
Every piece of wood holds a possible treasure.
And it's just Mother Nature doing her thing. And as you can see, it's kind of spectacular.
It is.
It's got a little bit of Vincent van Gogh influence in there. Little Starry Night swirls and everything. And
this is burl wood, but Pecky Cypress may well be his favorite. This piece, pulled out of the swamp, is more than 600 years old.
It looks like an old rotten log that got pulled out from the water. But Pecky Cypress has this inside of it.
Ooh.
And this is basically just an extreme piece of Pecky Cypress. And the Pecky is a virus. It gets in about 1 in every 35 or 40 cypress trees. And you can't tell, obviously, because this is what it looks like on the outside. And until you cut it open, you can't tell that it's got this in there.
This is the only wood he won't hunt down.
The one chunk of wood that I'm very glad to purchase, because it's usually very, very heavy. It requires heavy machinery to dig it out. And I'm gonna just go ahead and let the pros do that, and I'll stick to what I do best.
Mitch has been doing wood art professionally and full-time for 15 years after working decades as a contractor. His first brush with art started with his mom.
And we were right in the middle of a football, baseball town, and that was my life. You know, 180 days a year I was football, the other 180 days I was baseball. And she, in her infinite wisdom, decided to yank me out of my duality of life there and yank me off to Japanese brushstroke lessons. And it's kind of a seed that lay dormant for a long time, but eventually it came back out and started growing, and just decided that it was time to take a shot at it, see what's out there, try to broaden your horizons a little bit, and put another chapter in life.
In the wood art world, he wrote the book.
Wherever I show, they're like, wow, I've never seen this anywhere before. So I'm kind of proud of the fact that, you know, I may have stumbled upon something that is kind of unique in the art world, and it's catching on.
It's a catch art lovers and collectors are reeling in. Just recently, Corey Robinson of Duck Dynasty fame bought one of Mitch's creations. And this big tree is a commissioned piece Mitch did for one of his collectors. It's his largest work of art yet. Mitch brings dead trees to life, sometimes in the form of new trees, but many others too.
This right here is the Pecky Cypress right here, obviously.
Yeah, love it.
And you know, they obviously lend themselves to all kind of abstractions, nautilus shapes, fish shapes.
His fish designs are his most popular.
This is the drama that's at the fork of the tree right here, and I've taken that and isolated and then just butterflied it right here. And the eyeball is a little bit of a bamboo joint, and these are just basically just branches, you know, slices of a branch from a red cedar tree. A little bit of sinker cypress in here for this and this and this, and the same type of material over here as what's in the head right there.
But he does almost anything. Ducks, abstracts, even people. He'll take suggestions too.
Somebody told me that, Mitch, you got to make a turtle. I was like, wow, okay, if you say so.
Mitch, you had to make that turtle. That's exquisite.
Again, this is oak burl, and I used obviously the Pecky Cypress. You know, kind of lends itself naturally. People ask me what inspires you sometimes, and I tell them sometimes it's just a $15 bottle of wine, you know. I get all the inspiration I need out of that.
Whatever the inspiration, his creation starts with slicing and dicing the wood into shapes. He then lays out his design.
This is actually the first phase right here where I'm gluing it to the backer board, okay?
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll build up a fence.
Inside that fence, he adds a white or black resin.
Once the resin is poured, then it comes out looking like this right here. We've got a piece of pecan right here. And You see, I like the spalt lines. This is what I'm looking for, spalt lines, and that's very dramatic and all that. So this is kind of halfway finished. This is just like a big buttress Tupelo gum or cypress, you know, it's kind of like a swamp tree.
Will you leave this bubbly like this?
Oh, no. We're gonna knock all that down right in front of you right here.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So what we do then is we just kind of grind it away right here.
Okay. Oh, sure.
You gotta grip it, right? Hold it tight. You'll eventually end up with a product that looks similar to this right here.
In all of this, Mitch has connected with his inner artist and something even bigger.
There is definitely a connection. I kind of feel that this is a way of paying homage to my creator in some regards. There's just a connection that I have, and every time I slice a piece of wood, you know, that's how I kind of bond with my creator to some degree. It's I wouldn't call it a religious experience, but there's just definitely, you can see that the great mystery out there is presenting itself to me in a way that I can actually, you know, kind of work with it and create something out of it that is kind of fun and cool to create.
You can see a large collection of his work at the Foyer in Baton Rouge. It's right on Perkins Road at the corner of Acadian Boulevard. And still to come on Weekends with Whitney, groundbreaking brain research on happiness. Dr. Nick shows us how we can actually teach ourselves to be happier. The science and psychology, right after this.
Go Roof is proud to serve the Baton Rouge and surrounding areas with our years of experience and quality service. We want more than just your roofing needs. Go Roof cares about the client and wants you to be our customer for life. Roof replacement, repair, vents, and more. Go Roof will get it done. We have excellent standing relationships with all the top insurance companies, so making your claim is fast and easy. A beautiful roof every single time at Go Roof. Call now for a free estimate.
The new year is a perfect time to make your money work hard for you. Hi, I'm Ian James, financial advisor and president of Capital Financial Group. Like millions of Americans, you're likely paying higher taxes and higher fees than you probably should. With 20 years of industry experience, I have a proven plan to analyze your investments and reduce hidden costs and fees. You work hard for your money. It's time to let your money work hard for you. Call me, Ian James, for a free, no obligation portfolio review and a brighter financial future.
Hi, I'm Drew Detlefs, and welcome to Camp Bow Wow.
We are Baton Rouge's premier doggy day camp, daycare, and behavioral training facility. Spanning over 14,000 square feet, your dog has plenty of room to play. We have covered yards that'll protect your dog from the sun and rain. We have a state-of-the-art HD monitoring system so you can watch your dog throughout the day. And don't forget, we also offer luxury suites.
So, stop in for a tour today, schedule your interview, and get your first day free. This is Camp Bow Wow, where a dog can truly be a dog.
Is there a prescription for happiness? Dr. Nick joins us this morning with that and more. Good morning.
Good
Are you
morning,
happy?
Whitney. Am I happy? I don't know if I'm happy, but I'll tell you this, and I just was thinking about it before the segment. Every time I hear that song, Happy, I get so happy.
Oh, I do too.
And I don't know if it's my love for music, a combination of that and the song, but don't you just get, isn't it just a natural high?
And
you
I
know
want
the
to
one I'm
dance and
talking
twirl
about.
around
You
because
have
I'm
to-
happy.
yeah.
It wasn't really a national phenomenon.
There is a desire in all of us to be happy.
Because it feels so good.
Yeah, it's what energizes and fuels and makes us anticipate wanting more and more of life.
Well, okay.
To feel happy.
Yeah, so
I'm happy.
So Dr. Soot says, which is interesting
Yeah.
because some people think they're born to be unhappy, but he says that we can cultivate happiness, that we can foster it, that we can build it in ourselves, but it takes constant effort and energy. I don't know that any of us ever thought, or at least I didn't, that happiness was going to be work.
The work that we didn't think would be work is in the thought process. It's in the attention. It's what we attend to. Okay? Am I going to, at the end of the day, or even at the beginning of the day, am I going to attend to negativity and what I fear and what could happen wrong, the threats? Or am I going to attend to the joys that I'm going to experience? That I am a traveler in life. You hear the difference? That I am a sojourner. Who exciting will I meet today? What exciting will happen to me today? Will it be a roller coaster or an ordinary merry-go-round? You can frame the thought process. We have the power to do that. And we can start again at an early age. Not to feign happiness, but to shift the attention to what is great. Compassion is an ingredient for happiness. Can you imagine going into the workforce every day with compassion for who we work with instead of bitterness or anger, or compassion for the customers? And I don't mean to feel sorry for, but a sense of simpatico, and a feel for, a sense of mindfulness, again, of the moment, instead of always worrying about tomorrow or yesterday.
The moment.
To live in the day, the whole 12-step, this just one day at a time, I'm going to be happy. It really does start to build. And the other thing that's fascinating about happiness, as it is with many things, is you build momentum, Whitney. You build momentum. You start finding that I'm focusing on these things, and then the things that we thought were so heavy just kind of fall apart. He doesn't say it, but I would add to one way that we can become more happy is whenever we're wanting to react negatively, and I've said it before probably, put it off till tomorrow.
Oh, right.
And by tomorrow, it's probably going to be pretty minor, and we're going to laugh at it. And you do that quite often, and all of a sudden it's like, that didn't really deserve the attention that I wanted to give it.
Right. And in social media, it's so easy to lash out at somebody.
But one of the things he says is how you start your morning.
So, and we mentioned the gratitude and thinking about great things. I was going to ask you, excuse me, in the morning or in the evening, do we do that? So
you can do it both times a day. I tend to focus more in the morning because I'm a morning person. So my morning ritual, which I want to emphasize, do you know that I think happiness has a lot to do with structure and ritual?
I am doomed.
No, I bet you have a ritual. I bet you have a morning ritual. I bet.
It used to be just get up like I was on fire and then Channel 2.
Okay, well, that was a ritual,
now.
But it's better. But I mean, I get up, and the first thing I do is while I'm making that cup of coffee, I start Googling inspirational quotes. That could come from anywhere. And I'll flip through until what? My attention hits something. So I'm now engaged with life, okay? And then once I find it, that becomes my meditation. That becomes my 15, 20 minutes of just kind of letting the mind go. I'll wander, but I'll always kind of come back to that. Like this morning, it was be careful where you put your time because your time is more valuable than your money. And I've always thought my time was valuable. So I was thinking of where do I put my time? Who do I put my time? Where do I invest it? Who's in my circle? Who feeds me? Those are powerful things. And
where do I enjoy my time?
And you notice I didn't say I'm on my knees, banging my chest
or
as
your
a
microphone.
Center, or the microphone. It's a form.
Kim's eardrums just went.
It's a form of awakening.
Yes. The Mayo Clinic Guide to Happiness by Dr. Soot, and he says so if there's somebody that you may know, or maybe in your life you just think you need to cultivate a little more happiness. It obviously is possible, and he gives some tools in his book.
And allow people to notice it in you. People are always telling me when they see pictures of me on Facebook, Nikki, you're always smiling. And I think you are too. I really do like to smile.
Right. And you usually are.
And I think, wow, I forget. That's a form of happiness.
It is.
Just to smile.
You're right. And it'll bring it out in someone else, even better, twofold.
Even better.
Thanks, Nikki.
Good to be with you.
Thanks. Much more Weekends with Whitney coming up right after this. Be happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Atlas Foundation Repair, fixing your foundation problems for more than 30 years. while preserving and protecting your trees.
Maggio, the only way to go. Maggio Buick GMC, your satisfaction's our specialty. We really deliver on Falls River here in New Roads. Small town atmosphere, legendary service for over 60 years. Maggio, the only way to go. The only way to go, that's Maggio.
Classic Hits 103.3, Scott Ennis, welcome to the ride home. Put the seatbelts on, hug the babies when you get there.
Hey Scott, coffee, water, trash need emptying?
Hey Chris, we're good, man. Thanks for checking in, though. Appreciate checking in.
Sure.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm playing Beth just for you today.
You too much, man. I love you.
Oh, I
wanna
know
give you a
you.
kiss.
No, that's okay. Yeah, seriously.
Sure.
We're good. Seriously.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Scott Ennis is back on 103.3 Classic Hits.
Spread your wings and fly away with me. We can go where.
Visit Stabs, the little village in Shucks, where the experience exceeds your expectations.
Thanks for sharing part of your Sunday with me here on Weekends with Whitney. All this month, I am giving away some of my super soft, fabulously comfortable Task logo t-shirts. To get a chance to win, all you have to do is go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And some lucky winners are going to be chosen from that new group. Have a great day. We leave you this morning with some beautiful shots of the sun.